This might be one of the most exciting matches in Master Duel I've ever played. This is so fun! Hello everyone! We're back with another Start Starter video, and we have just reached 1200 subscribers, and I want to give a huge thank you to everyone for their support. I've just had one of the best matches I have ever had in Master Duel, and I wanted to show it to you, going through every play I did with explanation, so that you can comprehend my plays fully. After that, I will also share my updated deck list with you, giving an explanation for the new additions to my deck. Without further ado, let's begin. Now, our match is against Emancipator. They did have a pretty long first turn here, so I'll just skip this part quickly. All you need to know is that I only had Duel on Northport as an interruption, and I fired it as early as I can. Okay, so it's our turn here, and let's look at what our opponent has. Our opponent has a 3 material Apollosa, which has 3 monster negates. A Bogle Lord Savage Dragon, which has 2 Omni negates, but it can only be used once per turn. And also a Dragon Buster Distraction Sword, meaning that I cannot special summon monsters from my extra deck, as well as a Block Dragon, and it can't be destroyed by card effects. Let's see what we can do. So we're going to start with activating the field spell, and then I'll activate the field spell and send this Tri-Striker Hercules base to the graveyard, and I will find a ghost from my search. Now, what I'll do here is I'll activate Engage first. So I'm trying to bait the negate on the Bogle Lord Savage Dragon, and when they activate the Bogle Lord Savage Dragon as a chain to Tri-Striker Engage, I will activate Widow Anchor as a chain to the Bogle Lord Savage Dragon. This will negate the effects of the Bogle Lord Savage Dragon, not only allowing the engage to resolve, but also will destroy their equip, so we won't have to worry about the Bogle Lord negates anymore. With engage, I will search for the Tri-Striker Maneuver Afterburners, so that we can destroy the Bogle Lord Savage Dragon, which destroys the Dragon Buster Distraction Sword that was equipped to Bogle Lord Savage Dragon, and so we can now access our extra deck. We will continue by normal summoning Ray. We will try to activate Ghost here to summon a second monster with it, because I'm hoping to be able to get into Zeke, which will banish the Apollosa. They don't want to allow that, so they will chain Apollosa to Rose. Then Apollosa will lose 800 attack, and Rose will be negated. I don't want any Apollosa interactions anymore, so I will go straight into Shizuku and then beat over Apollosa, so I won't have to worry about monster negates. So in main 2, I can go into Kagari without a problem, and get engaged back to my hand. We will activate engage here, searching for a Widow Anchor, and then we'll find another ghost off the top. We'll go into a China here to stop Black Dragon from attacking next turn. I thought Black Dragon would be sticking around for that long, but I just wanted to have an insurance. We will set the Widow Anchor and pass our turn. Our opponent has found a normal summon, and using all their monsters on board, they're going to link into an Ancestral Altar. They're going to activate their Block Dragon, which will add 3 cards to their hand from their deck, which will add up to 3 God monsters from their deck to their hand. And then also activate Ancestral Altar, which will gain attack points. They add Gigantes to their hand, as well as 2 Emancipator Researchers. On resolution, we will activate Widow Anchor, because if they activate the effects of Ancestral Altar, we won't be able to respond anymore. So I have to use the Widow Anchor as soon as possible before they have an opportunity to destroy it, and we will take control of the Ancestral Altar. They will activate a Plague Spreader zombie, and then they will also special summon Gigantes from their hand. Also summon the Researcher, which will activate to excavate, and special summon another monster to their field, which will then search another monster. They'll banish 3 to go into Block Dragon once again, and then they will link those into a Nightmare Unicorn. What they're doing is really cool because they'll activate Nightmare Unicorn, sending access to a Tolter back to their deck, and then summon Block Dragon again by banishing 3, and then link into access to a Tolter once more. They will activate access to a Tolter to gain 3000 attack, and then banish 3 again to summon Block Dragon. They will link once more into a Detour Tolter, and then they will banish 3 again to summon Block Dragon once again. They will activate Access Road, destroying my Trina. I will activate Ray to summon it back, and then I'll activate Rose, and then I'll chain Ray to it because I don't want Access Road to have an activation window. With Ray, I'll go grab Trina again, and then I'll summon the Rose to the field. With Ray, I will target the Access Road because I don't want them to be able to attack. They will allow it to resolve, and then they will activate their Access Road Alter, destroying Rose, my field spell, and then I will activate the field spell summoning back Ray, and then they will activate Access Road again, destroying the Trina. They will attack into Rose. They will attack into Ray, and then attack me directly for 28. Access Road Alter cannot attack because I stopped it with Trina. Let's see if we can break this board. We'll draw for turn, and Shark Cannon is actually a pretty good throw. We'll activate Shark Cannon and steal their Bogglesworth Savage Dragon. And then summon Rose, and now this gives us 2 materials. Now I cannot attack with Bogglesworth Savage Dragon, because Shark Cannon stops me from attacking, but I can still go into Zeke. And then I will activate Zeke, attempting to banish Access Road Alter from the field. With that, I will be able to summon a Ghost to my field. If this resolves, I will also be able to summon a Ghost to my field. And to prevent that, they will activate Detour Alter, tributing their Access Road Alter to negate and destroy Zeke. This is still fine by me, because now I can activate Ray in Graveyard and special summon it. Unfortunately, we are running pretty low on options here, so I will be forced to summon a Shizuku and then pass our turn, adding Hornet Jones to my hand. They don't have much wind on either, so they'll just get in with some damage. I'll activate Ray, summon it, so that I can take less damage. I'll activate the Den to summon Hayate, because I want more spells in the graveyard. Because now, when I activate Hornet Drones in my turn, my Shizuku will have 100 attack more attack than their Detour Talker, which is just enough to get over it. But it is also less than Block Dragon, so we won't have to worry about the Block Dragon effect activating. We will draw Forbidden Chalice for turn, which might be pretty nice in later. Do the combo I mentioned, use Hornet Drones, summon Shizuku, which has just 100 attack over Detour Talker just because we used Hayate last turn. And then I will set Forbidden Chalice because I don't want them to draw something that they can use. And then we'll activate Shizuku in the end phase, and my only target in the deck is Gemin Waves. They have drawn a Harpy's Feather Duster, which is really unlucky because now Shizuku and Block Dragon has equal attack, and then they will be able to destroy their own Block Dragon and activate its effects. Luckily, we can still activate Ray in the graveyard, so the game isn't over just yet. But this is going to be hard from now, because they're going to add 2 cards from their deck to their hand. Main 2, they will activate their Adamantipator Analyzer, and then activate its effect to Excavate. Summon a Tattle Crusader, and then go into Adamantipator Risen Dragite. They'll activate their effect, I'll let it resolve and set my Ray, because I don't have much extra deck monsters left in my extra deck. Then they will go into a Prankit's Meow Meow Mew, and then they'll activate Prankit Roxy's, and they will also chain Max, see here? They will banish 3 and summon Blood Dragon. That's a really good top deck. Alpha the Master of Beasts. We will go straight into battle, kill the Meow Meow Mew, and then activate Rose since we destroyed the Link Monster, and then negate the effects of Block Dragon. Activate Alpha again to return their Synchro Monster back to their extra deck, and then we will go into a Zeke, and then banish their Block Dragon. Now I'm not sure if I should set the Gemin Waves, and then use the second effect to gain some extra attack, or if I should not do that, because I might need Gemin Waves in the future. I will decide not to do it here, but it turns out it might have been better if I did. They will only draw controlled by the J for the turn. They will banish a Ray and then end their turn. The Block Dragon comes back, which is a problem. You will summon Alpha and then activate this effect to send itself and Block Dragon to hand. Now I just want to draw into as much damage as I can as possible. I will activate the second effect of Zeke, gain some extra attack and hit him for 2500. We'll then draw into Hayate. I change it because the Block Dragon also has 2500 attack, and I don't want them to be able to crash with Block Dragons and trigger its effects. So I want to have a monster that is weaker than Block Dragon on the field at all times. They will summon a Koichimeru Guardian, and then go into battle and hit Hayate. I will attempt to activate Hayate's effect, and then they will chain Koichimeru Guardian to negate it. This has been a nice fate, because now I can activate the Ray from my graveyard, and then set it to my field. Main 2, they will summon Block Dragon once more. Now let's see if we can finish the deck, and Max D is actually what we needed to win the duel. Because we will then summon Alpha, activate this effect, return Block Dragon and itself to hand. Then we will summon C in attack position, attack with Ray, attack with Maxi, and then link into the last Strike Striker monster we have in extra deck, which is Hayate, and that is enough to win the game. Now, let's have a look at the deck list. I have adjusted the deck to always draw second, and there are many cards in the deck for that synergy. First of all, I am playing 10 hand traps. This really increases your chance to be able to interrupt your opponent during your opponent's first turn, so it's very necessary if you are playing a joint second deck. Another addition to this deck is Alpha, the Master of Beasts. As you may have already seen in the game, you can special summon this card from your hand if the attack total of your opponent is higher than yours, and then you can return it back to your hand and return an opponent's card to their hand as well. Finally, a new addition is Forbidden Droplet, which is a really great card to negate effects and break boards that otherwise unbreakable. I would recommend playing 2 of this instead of the Chalice if you can afford to make 2 Forbidden Droplets. If you want to see more details about the deck, you can check the previous version by clicking the top right of your screen. I've also made a guide for this deck too, so if you are new to the deck and want to learn more about it, there's another video that you can watch there as well. And that's about it for today. I already made various other decks, and I have many ideas for future videos, so you don't want to miss on those. You can join my Discord and ask questions about Strike Strikers if you need any help, and subscribe to support my channel. And I'll see you in the next video.